as the Predator, you just go, "Da, motherfucker, da!" And you jump in there, you open your vagina mouth, and you go, "Suck my dick!" And then you start impaling these dudes left and right. You take out your fucking spears, and you're throwing them, and it's absolute chaos. Yes, guys, there's a new Predator game, and I just jumped into the beta. This game is developed by Illphonic, I think it's called, ILL Phonic. Publisher Sony Interactive Entertainment. And from what I'd heard from this game is it was a very similar experience to Evolve, if anybody played that pile of shit, except this one doesn't have 52 day one DLCs. Got it! Now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to show you gameplay specifically from one match that I played, just so you can see how good this game is. Now, keep in mind, guys, before everyone gets enraged and the fanboys start coming out and start hating on it, because it is a PC and PS4 exclusive, so you know the fanboys are going to come out and they love their exclusives, and I love their exclusives too, but f*** them. Anyways, this is a beta, like I said earlier, a beta. So this is all pending, right? This could all change. They could completely overhaul the shitty graphics of the graphics engine and make a totally new game. So I'm just going to show you one match that I played as a Marine, and then I'm going to talk about the Predator experience and show a little bit of footage from that. So how this game works is it's very similar to Evolve. So you and your squad mates, you drop in a chopper, and you have these objectives around the map. Like, say you have to destroy a bunch of canisters, or you have to plant an uplink data drive thing, and then you have to defend it while waves of enemies come. And there are NPCs. There are trash mobs, essentially, that you fight. And while you're fighting these people as the Marine, it alerts the Predator when you're making noise. Now, the Predator is controlled by another player, and the other player has to basically kill the Marines. Now, as a Marine, there's two different ways you can win. You can complete all the objectives and extract via chopper. Now, when you call the chopper in, it's very similar to the Division. It alerts the Predator and everyone around that there is a chopper being deployed, and then the Marines have to wait. They have to defend the chopper while waves of NPCs and the Predator comes at them. And then they have to extract. Now, that is very intense. I will say I had a great time every time it was extraction time, because all fucking hell broke loose, and it was fantastic. The only problem with this is that this game looks like it was a middle-term Xbox 360 arcade game. It looks like it's running off of the generic Walmart brand, Great Value brand, Crytek engine. It just looks like shit, guys. It's unfortunate too, because I can see the potential. Now, again, this is a beta, so this could all change, but from what I've seen so far, I mean, the jungle's lush. There's trees, there's plants, there's flowers. The trees are enormous. It looks a lot like Hunt Showdown, the similar engine, I believe, but it just looked grainy as all fuck, and it was just, the frame rate was atrocious. The gun sounds were horrible. Anyway, back on track. So the other way you can extract is, if you don't feel like risking it all and going for that, is you could just take down the Predator. Now, the Predator is a tough motherfucker. This dude has all of the tools at his disposal, including the different visions where he can, you know, the heat vision, the night vision, the shoulder cannon. He's got his blades. He's got a cloak. He can jump up buildings and around trees and around the forest like a monkey. And it's just absolutely insane. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can take the Predator down. Now, once you take the Predator down, he goes into like this downed state to where he's not completely dead yet, but he can get a second chance revival on himself and take off. Now, the objective of the Marines at this point is to completely finish the Predator and absolutely kill him. But when the Predator is in that down state, he activates his self-destruct mode, just like in the movies, where he takes out the entire forest if it detonates. Now, the Marines, while fending off the NPCs that are attacking, have to defuse that. And see, guys, I try not to do multiple cuts of my edits and of my videos, because I like them to come off just completely from the heart. I don't have a script. I don't have notes. I don't have cliff notes. I don't have anything. I just kind of wing it, as you could probably tell. So I leave the bloopers in because I think they're funny, and you might not. What the hell? So anyways, the self-destruct puzzle that the Marines have to figure out before extraction is pretty simple. It's about 4 different lines of code, and you just click the mouse button until you see the line that matches, and then you hit the W key, I believe, or whichever key it was, to input it. And it's pretty simple. It's pretty hard to screw it up. They give you plenty of time to do it. There's no penalty if you miss a stroke by accident or just put in the wrong code. It just keeps ticking. If it detonates, then the Predator wins, actually. Now, if the Marines manage to defuse the bomb, they then have to defend the Predator's body while the Marines, the NPCs, attack and degrade the quality of the body by shooting it. So at this point, the Marines have to shoot off, fend off all of the attacking NPCs and stop them from shooting at the Predator's body. I don't know why they would do that, but they shoot at the Predator's body to degrade the quality. Now, the better quality the body is in for the Predator for extraction, the more XP the Marines get. So there's a few different ways to win in this game, but just overall playing as the Marine, it was just so bang average. I wouldn't say shit, like completely trash. It was just very bang average, very mediocre. Like I said, the graphics and the sound was just average at best. This is a $40 game at release, so I didn't expect Horizon Zero Dawn levels of quality or Crisis levels of quality or anything like that. But again, this is one of those games where the gameplay is going to matter over the graphics. And let me talk about that for a second. So I'm talking a whole lot of shit about this game right now. I know that. But there is a whole new level of fun to be had when you play as a Predator. Now, playing as a Predator, I found was probably my favorite thing to do in this game. He is a fucking badass. Nothing feels cooler than hopping through the trees and stalking your prey, and you can't just run in there like a prick and just try to impale everybody with your little arm claws. You have to actually plan your attack out. You have to wait until one little helpless prick leaves the pack and he goes off by himself and he just gets distracted. He sees some gold lying around and he goes to pick it up, and all of a sudden the Predator goes or whatever the fuck he does, and he goes Shwah! And he just comes in and just impales the motherfucker. It's so cool being able to do that as a Predator and leap from building to building and leap from tree to tree. And then you cloak and you decloak while you're hunting these people. And then all of a sudden you see the 3 triple lasers in the sky, and you see the Marines scatter like ants that just got water poured on their anthill. And it's just fucking insane, and all hell breaks loose. And then as the Predator, you just go, "Da, motherfucker, da!" And you jump in there, you open your vagina mouth and you go, "Suck my." And then you start impaling these dudes left and right. You take out your fucking spears, then you're throwing them, and it's absolute chaos. And I had a blast playing as a Predator. Now, there is fun to be had playing as the Marines as well, even though it is an average experience. It is pretty terrifying when you're fighting somebody who's good at playing the Predator. But for the most part, and again, this is a beta, and so a lot of people were playing this for the first time. People were just doing a shit job playing the Predator and offering no challenge, offering no scare, running around like it's fucking Call of Duty, trying to like impale every character they can find, and it was just stupid. So when this game comes out, I'm sure there's gonna be some people that are just those people, the ones that like play the same game forever. And they get really, really good at the game. So there's a lot of fun to be had, guys, in this game. And for $40, I don't know. Again, I'm not going to judge it as a beta. We'll see when it comes out. I'll most likely be picking it up so I can give you guys the full breakdown of this game. But this was just more of an oversight, a preview of what the game was like. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you played this game as well. But anyways, you know how it goes. In a world full of shitty video games and shady companies, I'm just here to educate and inform. So thank you for talking games with me, guys, and have a nice night.